There are many rumors floating around social media right now about Meghan and Harry getting divorced. But are these rumors true, or is this just another case of Harry and Meghan putting out divorce rumors so that people can forget all about that catastrophic car chase? There is a source that is claiming that Harry spends a lot of time by himself at a luxury hotel close to his home in California. Now, reportedly, Harry has a whole room to himself kept on hold at a chain in Montecito, and apparently this was leaked by hotel staff members. The fact is, that ridiculous stunt with the car chase showed how incredibly desperate the two of them are. I think divorce was always going to be in their future. This was not a love match. Instead, this was a match based on deception, or perhaps even blackmail. Tragically, as of early hours on May 29th, according to Google, their popularity is actually increasing. Now, Meghan's popularity somehow has increased to 23%. That's actually higher than William and Catherine. But it could be a little misleading. This most likely is just because there are a lot of people out there searching for any new information on the two of them since their fake car chase. I'm guilty of this too, so I may be adding to this number. People are also wanting to know all about the permanently booked hotel room, and they want to find out if these rumors that they're getting divorced are true. Now, if they really did pull the car chase off as a publicity stunt, then I guess their goals of publicity have certainly been reached. Google is not going to identify between people who don't like them or the sugars, and that explains the increase in their popularity. Now, according to Lady C, and I believe everything from her, Harry contacted divorce lawyers months ago, and somehow these very private meetings ended up being leaked. And there was also another article saying that Meghan is trying to distance herself from Harry. Now, that could explain why Meghan has been buying so many awards for herself. She's trying to make it clear that she's the important one in this relationship. Unfortunately for Harry, it looks like he probably has outlived his usefulness to Meghan. Harry simply doesn't fit in with her plans any longer. See, Meghan always wanted to be the star, and stars are not going to be okay with sharing the spotlight with their spouse. Without the title, Harry is not a very impressive person. He doesn't have any special talent, and I'm sorry, but he's not much to look at either. Now, Meghan has always thought that she was better than Harry, especially when it comes to intelligence. She has always thought that she was the brain and Harry's pinky. And this is where I see the biggest problem for Harry. I'm sure Meghan has recorded videos and audio that she is not going to hesitate to use against him when the time comes. Meghan has everything on him, and I think she's a lot worse than even Amber Heard. Meghan is not afraid of pulling the racist card. We've seen her do that time and time again. I mean, just wait until she starts using these domestic violence allegations against him. I almost feel sorry for him, but then I remember who he is and everything he's done, and I don't feel so sorry for him anymore. Meghan, though, is so fake, so pretentious. That rictus grin on her face makes me want to slap her. That fake husky voice trying to sound sexy, and obviously she suffers from narcissistic personality disorder. If Harry can make a clean break from Meghan, then maybe he could be saved. Maybe he could be welcomed back to his family. The world already knows what Meghan's all about, so when is Harry going to wake up and smell the coffee? And she could even have something more in mind, something even worse than trying to claim that Harry was guilty of domestic violence. It could be that Meghan is preparing some type of earth-shattering revelation that she's going to claim she knows from her time spent in the palace, and she's going to tell everybody, unless, of course, all her demands are met. And maybe this is the reason that Harry has to do whatever she tells him to. When I think about how the world reacts to them now versus how the world reacted to them years ago, I cannot say that time has really been kind to either of them. I remember back in the beginning, they could get away with a lot because nobody dared question them. Well, now, thanks to the amazing city of New York, everybody is saying that the emperor has no clothes on. And this is the moment that many of us have been waiting for. Meghan has nothing left. And nobody is going to believe what she says anyway. I'm sure, really, both of them have a lot of dirt on each other. And all Harry has to say was that this was her idea, and she wanted to be like his mother, and most people would believe him over Meghan. Little does she know, she in fact is not the star. It is Harry. It's been Harry the whole time. So if Meghan thinks that she's going to be successful after Harry, well, she's got another thing coming. Another thing is that Harry has not ever been able to enjoy secure attachment in his entire life. The loss of his mother really messed him up. And unfortunately, Harry came across somebody who knew his pain very well, but manipulated him because of her own skill set that she developed in a family that she didn't feel attached to. Or maybe she did feel attached at one point, but at this point everything is so broken that she can't form meaningful attachments anymore. And if they are real, the kids should have minimal to no contact with Meghan Markle. Some people are just not really well suited to being a mother, and Meghan falls into that category. The truth is, she's probably not well suited for a healthy relationship either. The world should be very cautious around this reckless woman. I mean, she has honed in her selfish behaviors thanks to her life experiences. Harry just needs to take a step back from everything. He needs to take a few years to himself to try to rediscover and figure out who he really is, and figure out a new life for himself. Maybe Harry can really find out what his passion in life is, and he can use that passion to actually make a good impact on the world. He can show the world that he really is cut from the same cloth as his parents, and that, you know what, maybe he and his family aren't perfect because nobody can be perfect, but they're doing their best. It's important for Harry to take accountability for his mistakes, to understand that he played a part in making those mistakes, and he needs to commit to doing better. See, once Harry's star, and everyone else's for that matter, starts to tarnish, it is what you do with that tarnish that makes you who you are. The more stuff that you can do for other people without expecting anything in return, the more you get out of your sometimes disturbed mind and begin to see that your experiences are not unique. In fact, they are universal to everyone in this earth. We've all experienced both love and loss. But see, risking love and passion for doing good stuff for other people is really the best reason to continue living. You're going to lose again. You cannot go through life without losing, without being second place sometimes, and without feeling the pain of rejection. What you do with that pain, though, is what determines the quality of life. In other news, I don't believe for a second that Meghan's going to get this big payout from the king. She's only going to get what Harry can afford to pay himself. And if there are no real children, then Harry's not going to be paying any child support. Meghan's probably going to get that McMansion and she'll sell it off to pay the mortgage. I'm not sure what's going to happen to those poor chickens. Maybe they can just fly away somewhere. I know they can't fly far, but surely they can fly a little bit to get away from those two. Recently, of course, we saw what happened with the Virginia Giuffre case. Now, I don't think Andrew could really afford to pay her everything that she wanted, and that explains why the late queen had to step in. I think many people do not really understand. The monarchy could easily pay £1 billion to settle, and they wouldn't be bothered one bit, because at the end of the day, what is a few million here and there when you've got that kind of wealth? I guess one thing Meghan did do was help him to understand what a first-class idiot he really is. Harry and William both took IQ tests when they were at Sandhurst, and the army published the results. William's results showed that he has above average intelligence, but Harry wasn't so lucky. Harry's intelligence actually is considered to be below average. At Eton, Harry was also at the bottom of his class, and they even accused him of cheating on his A-levels. I don't believe that Harry has the IQ or the EQ, the emotional intelligence, to understand how much of an idiot he really is, or how his horrible behavior over the past few years has been so terrible for his family in the UK to have to put up with. And I think this is the outcome that Meghan always wanted. So Meghan maybe really has Markle the whole royal family, and by extension the people of the UK as a whole. She's going to be laughing like a maniac all the way to the bank, and all the people of the UK are going to have to live with her spitting in their faces. What a horrible thing Harry has done. And you, what do you think about Harry and Meghan? Please tell me your opinion below in the comments section.